Now, the three kids we saw, one was your daughter, one was your son, and,
yes.
And the boyfriend.
The boy who wants to sleep with my daughter in my house. I choked up on it.
Yeah. Do you like watching yourself?
I do, because that's the first time I've ever seen the clip. I never saw the movie. I don't watch the movies unless I make them myself through our company. I like them when they're good. I don't like them when they're bad. And when they're real bad, I laugh at them.
When you just laugh it off?
Well, I learned to act at the public's expense. I've been around 25 years. When I look back at the Hawaiian Eye things that I did, they weren't very good, but I think I was cute. It's a lot thinner and had a lot more hair.
Well, we're going to come back and talk more about Conrad, okay? Stay with us.
Okay.
We're back with Robert Conrad, and we're talking about his upcoming made-for-TV movie, Confessions of a Married Man. In it, the guy you play is actually the age you are. Hard to believe, 47.
Yeah, well, it's 50, 46, 47. We're about the same age. Walter.
Yeah. Emotionally, when you got into this character, did you have to do it from any personal experiences?
Sure. You can't live 47 years and not have experiences that are similar almost with any other 47-year-old man. You can't, frankly. I had a lot of them, unfortunately, that were personal experiences, and it was a difficult play to do. I said it was the most difficult and said I'd never do it again, in spite of anything that Jay Bernstein tells me, or my agent David Shapiro tells me how much money is involved. You just don't give that kind of much of yourself away to the public for free, for money, or for talent. You know, the scene that gets me, it wasn't so much that one, because that, I liked it, frankly, but there's another scene I play with my son. It's very emotional when he tells me that he was going to get a scholarship for football, and that, do I like him? I mean, when you hear that from your 18-year-old son, it's a tough thing to deal with. Yeah.
So even with the actors and things in the play or the movie, you got very personally involved in it.
I've never had an experience, and this is not my favorite film. My favorite film is Centennial, and the two-hour movie I did called The Duke. But this is my favorite moment in film. Jennifer Warren, I believe, was my wife. I never have seen her since the day the film finished. I never socialized with her. I think she's brilliant. Crosby, Mary Crosby, has been a friend of mine for 5 years. Her husband, Eb Latimer, and I. But I believe that she wasn't my daughter. She's certainly young enough to be. And Lance Guest is a marvelous young actor. Ooh, he has got such a future ahead of him.
It must be nice to get involved in something that makes you this happy. When you said that the last thing you did in '79, am I right? Last television thing that you did, you weren't that happy.
No, I was a pure. My agent and I were sitting at Chasen's, a famous restaurant. It's one of, as a matter of fact, the public can identify with it because when President Reagan comes here, he always eats at Chasen's. I was there. It's where a lot of celebrity people, a lot of people with more money than sense go. And I was there as someone's guest. And my agent and I were sitting at the bar, and I looked at him, and a friend of mine named Nate Cutler, a photographer that's been around town for as long as I have, shot a picture, and I said, Nate, would you please send me a copy of that? And he did, and I inscribed it to my agent. Dear David, we're both a couple. This is what a couple of male whores look like. Because we were sitting there talking about this show that I did of questionable merit.
What was it?
It was a mistake. You don't go from Centennial, a Missioner book, to a show called The Duke, written by Stephen Cannell, who's a very fine writer, to this thing, unless you really are a whore. And my days of hooking are over.
Yeah.
And besides, who wants a middle-aged whore?
You're talking about this middle age. Apparently you've gone through no middle age crisis yourself.
Sure I have.
You have?
Yeah. Do you want a close-up of my bald spot?
Oh, that's it?
No, it's a variety of things that happen to your metabolism. It's not middle age. Middle age is 32. Okay, or 35. The statistics will say that you're not going to make it beyond 70 if you're a man. And if you're a woman, the statistics, insurance statistics, say you won't make it beyond 74. So it's 70 for men and 74 for women. When you're 35, if I still can count, you're going to be halfway through your life. I'm 47. Do you really think I'm going to be 94? Of course not. So I'm in 62/3% of my life crisis. And the significance there is I look back more and have less time to look forward. There's more of my life now which is going to be in reflection, 47 years of it, and I hope that I could live another 20. There's never been a man in our family who has, but I would hope to live that long because I'd like to enjoy my grandchildren. Now that I've got a little money, and certainly I've learned how to act, I think, those to me are the rich, absolute golden years. But my son whips me at almost everything we do now. And the only reason that he doesn't get physical with me is because I can still intimidate him. But if he didn't know if he knew the truth, I couldn't even do that.
When I met you in New York,
I hate to lose to an 18-year-old.
Well, that's what somebody wanted me to
Who's
talk to you
6'3".
about the Battle of the Network Stars.
Yeah.
Your son is 6'3".
Two weighs 215.
But you
Goes
get him
with a
through.
girl.
You
Goes
get him
with a
through
girl and-
intimidation.
I still intimidate him. I just say, hey, listen, remember the David and Goliath story, kid? Well, this is David. I still have the slingshot. You know, he may be the giant, but I still have the axe.
What were you going to say about his girl?
Hey, he's a cute little girl. She's real nice. She lives in Arizona. Pretty little thing.
Do you think now that you are at this age and be getting older in your career now, you can go into different directions,
Go anywhere
more roles like
you
this?
can go anywhere you want to go now. You can play a little younger if you want to. You really can. You know, with cosmetics and diets and things. You can play a little older if you want to. You can play anything, frankly. You can't play ingenue parts. You can't play the 25-year-old guys, but who would want to? Most of them just do push-ups anyway. When you find a guy like Lance Guest, you find a quality performer like James Dean was, or like Dennis
Lance
Hopper.
is in the film with you.
Yeah. I mean, but those are far and few between because good acting comes from a lot of experience and a lot of training. And I got my training right there, 250 a week. Jack Warner, Colonel Warner, President Warner Brothers said, all right, act. I said, act? What? They said, you got a parking place in the dressing room. I went, hey, neat. And you're in the fan magazines. I didn't act. I didn't get serious about the business until my career started to wander. And still, I became a victim of my own press.
Mm-hmm. The Wild Wild West series, which has been off now for several years.
Not really.
It's in reruns. It runs out here on Saturday.
It's the second highest rated syndicated strip in the world, right behind Star Trek.
When it goes into reruns like that forever, you ever worry about that image staying with you? That people keep looking at that? And
No. I like it because I was in the Philippines recently. And, well, not that recent, but for my 40th birthday, frankly, 7 years ago. But I was in the Philippines, got off the plane, and it was the #1 show there in the Philippines, absolutely #1. And this guy he said, hey, you look just like you must be James West's father.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm his older brother.
Very fast, very fast. Can you stay with us a little bit?
Well, you're the boss.
Well,
I mean, I don't want to
Jay's going to be out here eventually, Jay Bernstein.
I'll help him talk. You ever watch Jay talk?
I understand.
Farrah Fawcett.
Celia Weston from Alice when we come back.